Okay, so we are going to talk about category 2, graphing equations and inequalities. So we are going to flip to that part of our book. And we're going to talk about graphing equations. So you want to make sure that it's written in slope-intercept form. That would be y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Y equals mx plus b. And you want to be able to identify your slope and your y-intercept. Okay, because you're going to start at B because that's your starting point, and then you're going to move how your slope tells you. Okay, so remember your slope numbers, it has to be a fraction, so you have a number in your numerator and your denominator, and your numerator, the top number, is telling you to move up or down. Okay, and then your number on the bottom is always telling you to move right. So you want to remember those movements. So we look at example 1. So I have y equals negative 2/3 x minus 2. So my slope is negative 2/3. And because it's negative, that's telling me to move down 2 and right 3. So I know how I'm moving, but now I need to see where am I starting. So that's where I need my y-intercept. And that's why I need my b value. So my b value is negative 2. So I'm starting on the y-axis at negative 2. So let's go ahead and plot that point. And now I'm going to move down 2 and right 3. I need up there. And I'm going to go down 2 and right 3 until I run out of coordinate plane. And now I'm going to go back to my starting point, and now I've got to draw the other side of my line, so I'm going to do the exact opposite. Instead of going down 2, I'm going to go up 2, and instead of going right 3, I'm going to go left 3. So up 2, left 3, up 2, left 3. And again, I'm going to go ahead and connect these ordered pairs because there is nothing in my problem that said I need to leave those as ordered pairs and leave them as dots basically. So I'm not skipping any x values, so I want to connect. And now my x-intercept, that is going to be the point where we cross the x-axis, and we cross the x-axis at negative 3, so that's going to be the ordered pair negative 3, 0. And your 0 is the same as your x-intercept, so it's x equals negative 3. All right, to graph an inequality, it's very much like graphing a line. So you've got to have y equals mx plus b format. You've got to be able to pick out your slope and your y-intercept. Okay, so you need an m and you need a b. However, the only thing that's different is now you're adding the shading. So you've got to note if you're going to shade up or shade down, and then you need to know if you're having a dashed or a solid line. So here, this is not in y equals mx plus b format, so we've got to do that. We're going to subtract 3x from both sides. So I'm going to get negative 2y is greater than 4 minus 3x. And then I want to divide because I want to get 1y. So I'm going to divide by negative 2 all the way across. And I'm going to get y, 1y. Now I want to wait. I already started to draw my greater than sign, so I want to wait because now I've got to do my divisions. So I'm going to do this real quick. Turn my calculator. I've already cleared my memory, and I'm going to type in a fraction. I'm going to do 4 divided by negative 2. Let's move this over so we can see. And I get negative 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down, negative 2. And now I'm going to type in my next fraction, my next division, and I've got negative 3, and I'm dividing that by a negative 2. So it's going to give me plus 3 halves x. And now I'm going to go back to my sign. Now remember, with inequalities, you have to check to see if your sign flip-flops. And if you divide by a negative, which we did, I need to flip-flop. So this is no longer going to be a greater than, it's actually going to be a less than. So I'm going to try to cover that up. So I've got y is less than negative 2 plus 3 halves x. So I'm going to now start plotting. I need my slope because I need to know how to move. So this is telling me, since it's a positive 3, I'm going to go up 3. And the bottom number is always to the right, right 2, but I need to know where I'm starting, and I'm starting at a y-intercept of negative 2. So I'm going to go to negative 2, and now I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 2, up 3, right 2, and if I go up 3, right 2 again, I'm off the coordinate plane, and now I'm going to go back to my starting point. I'm going to do the exact opposite, so now I'm going to go down 3, left 2, and I'm going to look at my sign. Because my sign is less than, that tells me broken line, so I can't connect them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my ordered pairs, and that's where I'm going to make my line. And I'm going to do this to show that it would keep going on forever, but I'm not going to connect the ordered pairs. And then because it's a less than, I need to shade down from the line. So I'm going to go to an ordered pair that is on that graph line, and I'm going to shade down. I'm going to use my highlighter, and I'm going to shade down from the graph line, down like this, down. So this would be the side that is shaded for less than. Shade down. Okay, down sounds like less, sounds like below, shade down. And that is how you graph an inequality.